Hello, Way Collective family. This is a quick report back to y'all about the Poor People's Campaign Moral March on Washington that Matt Lowe and I participated in on December 13th. Matt and I had been getting very involved with the Poor People's Campaign since April. We have been helping to start the Central Coast region of the California Poor People's Campaign, slowly inviting more and more folks from Way Collective to join this grassroots movement that aims to amplify the voices of people impacted by injustice and to build power to change policy. So, faith leaders, advocates, and impacted people from 33 states responded to the national call to go to D.C. and to put our bodies on the line to show the urgency of passing the Build Back Better Act and the For the People Voting Rights Act by the end of 2021. Matt and I arrived in D.C. the day before the Moral Monday action, and we received training on how to deeply embody the principles of nonviolence and love, even as we engaged in disruptive moral direct action. On the day of the action, we bundled up for the D.C. temperatures and carried signs. We marched and chanted and sang, along with around 300 or 400 other people gathered on the National Mall. Collective singing is a key part of the Poor People's Campaign, drawing from the powerful traditions of the Civil Rights Movement. Reverend William Barber II and Reverend Liz Theo Harris kicked off the rally. One thing Reverend Barber said that really sticks with me is, it's not that we have a scarcity of ideas. It's not that we have a scarcity of resources. We have a scarcity of conscience and a scarcity of courage. One example of this is that the bipartisan passage of the Defense Reauthorization Bill, which happened just a few days ago, that bill costs over 4 times as much per year as the Build Back Better costs. There's not a scarcity of resources, but a scarcity of conscience and courage. Quickly, the reverends turned the stage over to one after another impacted people from across the country, and they testified with moral clarity and passion about how politicians' violent policy choices harm them and the people they love. One of them, pictured here, Guadalupe de la Cruz from Florida, said, "I'm a single mom to a sassy 7-year-old, and I work 3 jobs just to live paycheck to paycheck. The child tax credit helped me find a way to catch a break." One of Senator Manchin's own constituents, pictured here, Reverend Paul Dunn from West Virginia, had a message for Senator Manchin. "Holding up progress on a bill that will lift so many up from poverty is not acting justly. Neglecting to vote on things that would help other people vote is not showing mercy. And refusing to communicate and compromise on things that would lift up this nation is not walking humbly with our God." Matt and I were fired up by the speakers as we moved into the street, blocking traffic, singing, and chanting. Immediately, dozens of police officers on bikes and in SUVs began to gather, and they began arresting us. Over 70 of us submitted to arrest without resisting, but also without letting up on voicing our strong moral witness that the political system is violent in its neglect and punishment of poor people and people impacted by systemic injustice. We were charged with obstructing the road and booked there on the National Mall. During the over 2 hours it took to process our arrests, the support team was there the whole time, cheering and chanting to us. You can hear them in this clip chanting, "Thank you, we love you," to us.
Be back! We love you back! We love you back!
I really can't tell you how meaningful that was, that we never felt alone in that process. It was a profound experience of solidarity. The next day, we went to the police department and paid our fines. And we spent the rest of the time in D.C. connecting with other Poor People's Campaign organizers, like these ones from California, and talking about how we can bring the energy and solidarity and action back to Santa Barbara and the Central Coast. It was powerful to be led by impacted people, like this leader from West Virginia. It was energizing to see what is possible when we make clear moral demands of those people elected to serve us. And it was clarifying about what we should expect when we come back to Washington, D.C. in June of 2022. The plan is to have hundreds of thousands of people there, making it clear that poor people, impacted people, and people of faith can make a difference in this country, and that we can push toward building power to change policy. Please talk to either Matt or I, and we would be thrilled to figure out how you can be involved locally, statewide, and beyond.